See you later.
And so Judge Cynthia Kent must set a new execution date.
The court orders that Napoleon Beasley shall be executed by conveyance of ejection.
With his execution set in 32 days, Napoleon Beasley asks to address the court.
We don't ever say goodbye. Goodbye's too funny.
It's May 28th, and Napoleon Beasley is scheduled to die tonight at 6 o'clock. His friend Judy Hammond has once again made the trip from Holland to Huntsville.
Is anybody ever ready to die? I think he's as ready as he ever can be. But what happens when he's strapped down on that gurney? I don't know. He doesn't know.
Hammond is driving to the Huntsville funeral home to meet with director Larry Graves,
And we'll walk through that with him.
who does regular business with the Texas Department of Criminal Justice.
So tonight, if this tragic event should happen,
Which we hope won't.
our prayers are with you and the family of Napoleon.
At this point, one of the last hopes of stopping Napoleon's execution lies with the Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles. From the funeral home, Judy calls Beasley's attorney, Walter Long, for an update.
Have you heard anything from the Board of Pardons and Paroles yet? You have, and? Okay. Any word from the Supreme Court yet? Not yet? Okay. Okay.
Our greatest, hope after the cert petition was the board's rule, and we lost that.
With little left to do, Long decides to drive to Huntsville.
I want to see Napoleon. I want to be there with his family.
Then, halfway to Huntsville, Walter Long receives an unexpected phone call.
The Missouri Supreme Court just stated that the execution date of Chris Simmons, an inmate who's in the same position as Napoleon in Missouri.
What the news from Missouri could do for Beasley is questionable, but it offers a glimmer of hope, and so Long calls Napoleon and decides to return to his office.
Hey, Napoleon, I'm on the way back to Austin right now just because I was coming to see you, but I feel like I can still do something back in Austin. I'm going to go do what I can do.
As Long drives back to Austin, Suzanne Lutig, the victim's daughter, arrives at the Walls unit in Huntsville to witness Beasley's execution. At her side is prosecutor Jack Skeen. Beasley's family has also come to Huntsville, to the hospitality house, where inmates' families can congregate and pray before and during executions. With less than an hour to go to the execution, Public Information Officer Larry Fitzgerald explains how it will happen.
Beasley will be removed from his cell at 6 p.m. He will walk without restraints to the execution chamber, a distance of approximately 12 to 15 feet. He'll be asked to get on the gurney, the IVs will be attached, and the witness will be summoned. The execution will begin.
Back in Austin, Walter Long continues to fight. His assistant, Stephanie O'Connor, faxes final motions based on the just-released Missouri ruling to the Court of Criminal Appeals and to the governor's office. While waiting for responses, Walter Long talks to Napoleon and plays a song that he wrote for him. By now, hope is clearly fading.
David Bossert and I would love to have a audience with the governor.
I'd like to. The governor just called, and he will not grant the 30 days. So, Napoleon's going to be executed in about 5 minutes.
After 7 years of fighting, it's finally over. At 6:17 p.m., Napoleon Beasley is executed by lethal injection.
Helen, I'm sorry. We're in a better spot than we are now.
It's over. I guess that's all I can tell you. It's over. And we're going to move on.
And over at the hospitality house, Napoleon's parents.
If anybody on this earth was redeemable, it was Napoleon.
Napoleon's final statement was released to the public after he was executed. In it, he said, "Tonight, we tell the world that there are no second chances in the eyes of justice. Tonight, we tell our children that in some instances, in some cases, killing is right. No one wins tonight. No one gets closure. No one walks away victorious."
As difficult as it is on everyone involved, I think when that day finally comes and that individual who has committed the horrific crime, the capital murder, is executed, you know, that we can say the criminal justice system has worked.
We're often referred to as the execution capital of the country and such. Why can't we be known as the victims' rights capital of the world?
Working from home is never as easy as it sounds, especially when you're dealing with a neighbour's financial affairs, which go horribly wrong. Terror in the suburbs next, followed by the cold case file.